Hi guys. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ayana, and this video is super out of the ordinary for me. I would not do anything like this, but I have never in my life felt so disrespected that I felt like I had to use my platform to speak about what happened to me. I dined at a restaurant on Mother's Day called Delbar in Atlanta. And I had a altercation with the owner. His name is Forrest. When I first decided that I was going to make this video, I wasn't going to put his name in it at first. But then I was like, why would I extend the courtesy of keeping you anonymous when you extended me no courtesy in your restaurant? So just for time's sake, I am going to post the Google review that I left, and then I'm going to post the email that I sent to the email address that they have on their Instagram account. If it moves too fast, you can pause it to read everything I said, but the Google review and the email are very detailed. I'm going to detail as much as I can in this video, but I kind of just want to get straight to the point. So I went to Delbar's website last week to make a reservation online for Mother's Day. I have been bragging about this restaurant for like a month to my mother, and I have been wanting to take her here forever, and I figured Mother's Day was the perfect time to do it. When I made the reservation online, all it says is dining on it. It doesn't give you the option of saying, hey, I would like to be seated outside. So I was like, okay, well, let me just call the restaurant. Call the restaurant. I guess the hostess picked up, and I said, hey, I made a reservation online, and it's not giving me the option anywhere to put that I would like patio seating. So I just figured I would call you and let you know that. I told her what time my reservation was, and she read my name back to me to make sure that she was speaking to the right person. I said, yes, Ayana Fight. She said, absolutely no problem. I can put down that you want to be seated on the patio. So of course, imagine my surprise when I get to the restaurant and it is indeed a problem. I had no idea that outside was first come, first serve, and the girl never told me that on the phone. So now that the owner has responded to my Google review, he's trying to throw in my face that on the website it says that outdoor seating is first come, first serve. So I went back on the website, and at first I was like, no, it's not. But then I saw that it is on the website. However, it is listed under all the specifications are like under where you have to click to make a reservation. So if you're going on the website simply to make a reservation and you don't keep scrolling past where you click to make the reservation, you're not going to see that. And either way it goes, when I called to make the request, the people who work there that should know that information still did not tell me that. They told me, no problem, you can be seated outside. So when I get there and the hostess tries to seat me somewhere inside, and I bring up the fact that I requested outside, she just says, oh, well, outside is first come, first serve. Then she told me that the wait outside was going to be probably over an hour. So then I just made her aware of the fact that when I called the hostess, no one told me that. And her response to that was, oh, well, she should have told you. Sorry. It was not a sincere apology. It was very condescending. It was very nonchalant. She did not care. It just was, oh, well, she should have told you. Okay, girl, but she didn't. So, like, what's the next solution? Like, I'm not going to sit here and beg you to sit me outside if you're saying there's no outside seating right now. But, okay, so what solution can we come up with? So then my mom noticed that there was a table that was directly behind us that was seated right in front of the outside area, and the doors were open. So she was like, oh, well, can we just sit here? Because, you know, it's kind of an indoor-outdoor feel. It's the next best thing to being outside. So I asked the second hostess, which is a blonde girl, if we could just have the table that was next outside. And she's like, no, sorry, I have to seat another party right there. Just like that. So at this point, I see what both of the hostess are on. They're both like probably not in a good mood because it's busy today. That's not my fault. And they're both being very like nonchalant, condescending, and not trying to help me find a solution for where I can sit at all. So then she grabs this Caucasian family and she seats them at that table. At that point, I think the owner kind of sensed that there was some type of like tension or frustration going on. So he comes over to the hostess stand. So when he comes over to the hostess stand, I literally asked, I was like, well, what's the qualifications for getting a table that you want? Because I literally have a reservation that I'm waiting to be seated for. And I asked for this table and she refused to give it to me and she gave it to somebody else. And he was like, oh, how many people are in your party? I was like, 4. He said, oh, yeah, that table is for 5 people. So just to give you a quick visual, it's a square table with 2 seats on one side and a bench on the other side. That exact setup is also directly across from that table on the other side. And there are 4 people, Caucasian, that are sitting at that exact setup. The only difference with this table is that they took a chair and added it to the end to accommodate that family. It's a 4-top table. You made it a 5-top table for them. Now, under the Google review, because he knows that people are reading my review, he's now saying that the table that I requested was a 5 or a 6-top. When, like I said, the duplicate of that table right across from it became a 4-top for that white family. I just think it's magic how easily they were accommodated, but I couldn't be. And either way it goes, we're a party of 4. Even if this was a 5-top table, you're telling me that I can't sit at this 5-top table because I have 4 people? So the hostesses are literally behind the hostess stand, huffing, puffing, rolling their eyes. The owner is doing the same thing. And so I finally said something. I'm like, sir, why are you treating me like I'm the inconvenience? I'm literally just trying to find somewhere to sit and none of y'all are helping me. Nobody's giving me any options. The only stipulation that I gave them when I figured out that I couldn't sit outside was that I did not want to sit downstairs in their downstairs dining area. You can seat me anywhere else in the restaurant. But at this point, you guys are literally ignoring me and not trying to find me a solution. Why are you treating me, the customer, as if I'm the inconvenience when none of this is my fault? So then he said, well, you're being difficult. How am I being difficult? Because I'm trying to get seated when I have a reservation and I seem to be the only one that you can't find seating for? What he really means is that he does not like being questioned. I don't know if this man is racist. I don't know if he's misogynistic or both, but he seemed to have a real issue anytime I called him out on a lie when he was blatantly lying to my face about several things. So him and I are kind of going back and forth. And I'm basically just letting him know that I'm kind of flabbergasted that you are speaking to a customer this way that is just trying to be seated. Like, this is why your hostess have such nasty ass attitudes right now, because you as the owner have a nasty ass attitude. If you are not having good customer service, why would I as a hostess have good customer service? For what? Your waiters have good customer service, but that's because they work off tips. But the hostess are a reflection of you. They're being very nasty like you are. So after our little disagreement about the table and who can sit where and what type of qualifications there are for sitting at the table that you want to sit at, he basically had no rebuttal from it. The hostess sees that he does not have a rebuttal for it. So then I watch her whisper to him that my 2 siblings had not showed up yet. So he's excited at this point that he has something. And he looks at me and say, oh, well, I can't seat you anyway because your entire party is in here. We don't seat incomplete parties. I am positive that he was not ready for what I said next. I said, well, that's funny because I was here almost 2 weeks ago and I was supposed to have a party of 7. Only 4 of us showed up on time and I was the only black girl. It was actually 3 white girls. We were seated almost immediately. I never heard the whole, oh, we don't see incomplete parties rule that day. This is the first time I'm hearing that rule. You didn't say that to my friends when we were here almost 2 weeks ago. You didn't say that to my white friends. So then he says, oh, well, it's a new rule. Oh, we have rules that come out of thin air now, depending on who you're talking to. And let me just explain something. I eat out almost every other day. I go to lunch with my friends all the time. I go to lunch with my mom all the time. I go to dinner all the time. I go to restaurants all the time. So I am well aware that there are restaurants that won't seat incomplete parties. I know that. My issue is, one, I've been here several times and I've never heard that before. And two, apparently, if that has been a rule for you guys, which it isn't because you just told me it was new, but even if it was, you make exceptions for who you want to make exceptions for. If that's a rule that you don't see incomplete parties, then that needs to be the same rule across the board. You don't make exceptions for some and then not make exceptions for others, especially because if I'm telling you that I came with a group of white girls and nobody told them that, but me and my black family is here, and you're telling me that there's no way you're going to seat me without them being here, what am I supposed to think? When I bring this up to him, I kid you not, this man pulled his mask down so that I could see his face and laughed in my face. When I told him that the white girls that I came with got seated with no issue and that my family and I are having an issue getting seated, he laughed in my face. I still don't know what he found so funny about the fact that I'm saying that you bent the rules for white people, but it's an issue with us. I'm not sure why that was so funny or why he thought that it was a good idea for him to pull his mask down and laugh in my face when I said that. So then again, I'm like, I'm glad you think that's funny. We're kind of going back and forth. He's talking to me like I am a child. He's talking to me like I've never been nowhere nice. I don't know how to conduct myself in nice places. I literally think, I know that I look young. I literally think that he thought that he was talking to a child, like a teenager, like I'm a little 19-year-old girl or something who was taking her mother out to eat. I'm not exaggerating when I say at this point in the conversation, I wanted to cry because it's Mother's Day. And at this point, I really don't want to eat here. But I know for a fact that if we try to go to another restaurant on Mother's Day, the wait was going to be crazy. We were not going to find another restaurant that was going to take all four of us on the spot. So I'm trying to suck it up so that my mother is fine. But I'm increasingly getting frustrated because he's literally disrespecting me in front of his hostess, in front of his staff, in front of customers. Like, he's literally being super disrespectful, all because I'm calling him out on stuff that he's lying in my face about. So then, before I started crying, because I did not want to give him the satisfaction, I'm like, sir, can you please just see us? It's Mother's Day, and I really do not want this day to be ruined for her. This man says to me, if her Mother's Day is ruined, it's because your siblings are late. That doesn't have anything to do with us. At this point, I black out. I'm like, how dare you? Don't ever fix your mouth to talk about my siblings like that again. If I talked about your family, you would be pissed off. You're literally coming at me sideways for something that really is not my fault. Like, I black out, and I know that my voice is getting louder and louder. Up until that point, even though him and I were going back and forth, I was very conscious of the fact that I did not want my voice to get loud. Because the first thing that he's going to say, which I'm pretty sure he's already been saying, is that I'm an angry black woman, I'm loud, I'm not afforded the same luxury as other people are afforded. You're disrespecting me, you're getting crazy with me, but I still have to keep my composure because you and your two white hostess are already looking at me sideways like I'm this ghetto ass little girl. And if I want to be very clear, this is a cute bar. This restaurant is a cute vibe, but this is not a 5-star restaurant. So I'm not sure why you're acting like your restaurant is Nobu. So at this point, a table magically opened up outside, and he told somebody to go seat me at table number such and such. I'm pretty positive that he sat me there to get me out of his face. He wasn't seating us there because, oh, let's make the customer happy and give her what she was promised. And no, it was, she's getting loud with me and now people are looking at me, so let me get her out of my face. That's exactly what he did. It was like kind of like a go ahead and go sit at table number such and such because you need to get out of my face. That's very much what it was giving. So here's the kicker. I emailed them the next day. This, like I said, all of this is out of character for me. But because I felt so disrespected, I sent them an email because now that Mother's Day is over, I kind of just want to get an understanding of why you guys treated me this way. So somebody named Janet, I'm not sure if she's the manager or what, but Janet wrote me back. I'm going to post it. She was very hospitable. She had great customer service. She did let me know what their policies were, but she apologized that they were not communicated correctly, which is all the owner had to say in the first place. So that's basically what Janet said. At the end of it, she was like, I know that you're not looking, I know that you said that you're not looking for anything out of this, but I do want to send you a gift card. So please send me your address. When Janet sends me this and I actually open it and read it, I'm like, you know what? Let me go and change my review or take it down. Since she rectified it, I was very satisfied with how she spoke to me, and I even was willing to give the restaurant another chance. The owner goes and responds to my Google review and basically says that he's apologetic to my mother since she was so patient with me and because I put her through this. He's so sorry that she had to go through this because it was my fault. Um, First of all, my mother was about to curse you out, and that's why she walked out of the restaurant. My mother raised me right. I don't go into restaurants and argue with people, ever. That has never happened to me. You are disrespectful, and you're not going to talk to me like that. He thinks he hit the jackpot here. So he's trying to say that I told them that I called the hostess and made a reservation, and she didn't tell me anything about the patio being first come, first serve. And I'm lying about how I made the reservation because I made the reservation online, and online it says first come, first serve, and he has evidence of me making my reservation online. First of all, when I called the hostess, I told the lady that I made the reservation online. You didn't catch anybody in a lie. What are you talking about? I was always clear that my reservation was online, but that I did not see where I could put that I wanted outdoor seating. So I called the restaurant to make the request, and your hostess told me it was not a problem. Nowhere did she say, oh, well, outdoor seating is first come, first serve. I'm not even sure why he keeps trying to say that I lied about that part, because how am I benefiting from that lie? Why would I bring my mother to a restaurant on Mother's Day and not be sure that we have guaranteed seating? Had I called and your hostess said it's first come, first serve, we don't know if we have seating outside, guess what? I would have made a reservation at a different restaurant that could guarantee us a seat outside. That lie that you keep saying that I said makes no sense at all. He said, trying to hint that all of this happened because of the pigment of your skin was the cherry on top to your review. Not only are you trying to discredit me and my team, but you're continuing to make up scenarios. Okay, so if it's not because I'm black, then it's definitely because I'm a woman, because you are definitely giving off, how dare a woman talk to you like that? Like, I don't know this man from a can of paint, but I can tell you that I'm pretty positive that he does not respect the women in his life. He thinks that women are inferior to men, and I can tell by the way that he was talking to me. Just so we're clear, I've been to that restaurant several times. That was my first time having an encounter with that man, but that was not the first time that I have heard about that man. 2 different waiters on 2 separate occasions of me being at that restaurant has complained about his attitude. One called him a dick. So your staff has to really not like you in order for them to feel comfortable enough to tell a customer that you are a dick. So to top it off, at the end of his response to my Google review is, with that being said, I'm aware of the email you sent out, and the person who responded to you was not aware of the reality of the situation. I am retracting her proposed solution. Hopefully your mother doesn't have to go through this again. The fact that I've been at your restaurant so many times and you cannot find one instance besides the day on Mother's Day where I have caused any issues should be all the evidence that you need that it was you and your staff that day, not me. I am not confrontational by no means, but I am also not the one to play with. You literally took the power away from a manager who was trying to rectify the situation because you're on a power trip. How dare the manager give good customer service to a customer that you have decided that you don't like, to a customer that you have decided is disposable, to a customer that you alone have decided you no longer want my business. I had a moment this morning when I was washing my face, and It's when I was thinking about if I was going to make this video or not. And I literally started crying this morning. And my girlfriend was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I just really cannot believe that this happened to me. I really can't believe that somebody talked to me like that. I can't believe that somebody talked down on me like that, as if he's better than me. I'm pretty sure we probably got the same net worth. So don't treat me like I'm lesser than because I'm a woman or because I'm black." Every last thing that I said in this video is factual, and clearly what this man's version is not based in reality. He's just creating a narrative that benefits him and makes him look like he's in the right. But honestly, if you just read how he responded to my Google review, you can definitely get a sense of how he was talking to me that day and how much he's on a power trip. I am not here to tell anybody what to do with their business or what to do with their money, but obviously people like me are not wanted in that restaurant. Obviously people like me are disposable in that restaurant, and I just wanted to let everyone know that. If you have watched it all the way to the end, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I promise I won't do anything like this ever again, and I will see you on a happier post.